Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader Reading Books for You. Today I will be reading Chapter 4 from Unabo, The Magic Tree of Love by Dr. Rebecca Verghese Paul, illustrated by Ada Konewki. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chapter 4. The Tree Gets a Name. Unabo. After that first day, the villagers were more respectful of the tree. Some of them were scared. The tree could look into their hearts, couldn't it? Though they did not know it yet. They would soon learn that the tree would accept them despite what was in their hearts. They understood that the tree was not selfish and that it did not acknowledge greed. They stopped demanding things and instead just took what the tree gave them. They realized they always got more than they expected. The tree always responded in love and never denied them things out of jealousy or anger. It had forgiven them for wanting what was not theirs to have. They soon began calling the tree Unabo, or the Tree of Love. They began to show their love in whatever little ways they could. The farmer brought manure. Mayana placed her best flowers near the tree every day. Karan kept trying to get at the sweets and still wondered if he could sell them to the villagers, but soon learnt it wouldn't work. He began to carry great barrels of water to the tree every day. If anything, the tree was now watered too much. The grocer brought lentils and seeds for the birds to eat, and they soon made Unabo their home, despite her weird fruits. Bodero and Spirit went to the tree every day. Spirit had recovered well. He still had a slight limp, but that did not stop him from doing all the things he wanted to. Bodero started telling the tree all his secrets. About his parents, his brothers, what he wanted to do. Everything. Bodero and Mayana still met often at the tree when she was not selling flowers or doing her homework. She always gave him a flower, and they talked and played with Spirit for hours on end. Bolero sometimes brought his school books to the tree, but he found there was always somebody who just needed a hug or a shoulder to cry on. He was not the only one. He always left them alone with Unabo because she seemed to comfort them, and he was glad. He noticed that the people in the village had learnt to show and receive love better than they did before. Everybody seemed less scared of loving now. Dare was a happier place than it had ever been. One day, Unabo saw her chance to bring hope to someone in need. Now, Mrs. Dennis had been a part of the village for a long, long time. She had grown up in Dare, and she had seen the war when she was a child. Her family was forced to flee the village because of it. Her parents hadn't made it through the war. Returning to Dare a lot later, she was married there. She and her husband had no children of their own, so she was always sweet to the village children and always had a treat waiting for them whenever they visited her. Suddenly, one day, her husband died. She was very sad and did not know what to do with her life anymore. One morning, she sat at the foot of the tree and watched the children playing close by. Unabo saw her heart and felt her dejection. She decided to help. Mrs. Dennis found a book that had, perhaps, been left behind by one of the children. What she didn't know was that Unabo had placed it there, hoping it would help. The tree seemed to be smiling at her. One of the children came and sat at her feet and asked her to read the book to him. She started and very soon was absorbed in the story. She never noticed that all the children had slowly stopped playing and gathered around her to listen. They sat in dreamlike wonder, as if transported to another world. The tree threw down a shower of dazzlers once the story was done, and the children enjoyed the popping of the sweets. Mrs. Dennis was beaming. From that day on, Mrs. Dennis became the storyteller to all the kids. They thought she had a magic wand, but nobody knew for sure. Soon, life settled into an easy rhythm, and time passed. Unabo tried, in her own small way, to bring meaning to every life that passed under her shade. Nobody remembered a time when the tree was not a part of their world. It seemed like things would never change. But were they right? Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Chapter 5. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links for me to find and purchase this book.